Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Mūkam Karoti Vācālam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Paramanandamādhavam Paramanandamādhavam. In spite of the entire world being in the Lord and the Lord pervading the entire world, matstani sarva bhūtāni maya tatamidam sarvam. So in spite of the Lord pervading the entire world, maya tatamidam sarvam. So in spite of the Lord pervading the world and the world being in the Lord says, I am not affected by the world. This deserves an explanation. The Lord therefore says, let me give an example. The entire space, in this space, you have vayu, air. And air, regardless of the various smells, regardless of so many things in the air, it's not just air, even other water, earth, fire, everything is in space. And space also pervades all these, whether it is air, fire, water, or earth. So all of them are in space, and space also pervades all these, yet space is unaffected. If space can exhibit this property, the space which comes from the Lord can exhibit this property, why can't I, the creator of the space? In this way, the Lord clarifies that even though the whole world is pervaded by me, and the world itself is in me, still I am unaffected. Example strikes, it's a hard hitting example. It's right on the bull's eye, is it not? You can't find a better example. Thus the Lord clarifies that He remains unaffected. Unaffected, when the Lord says, it is not just unaffected when the creation is sthiti kala. The Lord is unaffected in the srishti kala also and in the laya kala also. When the creation begins, srishti. When the creation undergoes dissolution, laya. Even so, srishti, sthiti, laya. The example clarified sthiti. Srishti, creation. Sthiti, sustenance. Laya, dissolution. So the clarifying example was for sthiti. What about srishti and laya? Is the Lord affected then? No. He says, I am not affected. What is srishti and what is laya? Srishti when we say creation, laya when we say dissolution, but what is it actually? In laya, the entire world of names and forms, this entire cosmos goes back to its cause. Its cause, its material cause, upadana karana. What all goes? The entirety goes. Not just the physical world that we see with our senses, even the subtle world of thoughts, the subtle world of prana, the energies, the physical, which is the gross, the subtle, the sukshma, the sthula and the sukshma go back to the karana prakriti, which is nothing but sattva, rajas and tamas. Mayam tu prakṛtiṃ vidyāt, māyinam tu maheshvaram, says the Upanishad. In this maya, into this prakriti, the entire world goes back. That is called laya. Really speaking, the kinetic goes back to the potential. If you want to use the physics terminology, the kinetic goes back to the potential. Yes, from the seed comes the entire tree. But if the tree were to go back into the seed, if it were to, it doesn't go back. That does not, we don't see such a thing. If the tree itself were to go back into the seed, that is called as pralaya. And from the seed, the entire tree springs forth, that is called srishti. And this srishti, laya, of course in the middle sthiti, srishti, sthiti, laya, creation, sustenance, dissolution. This goes on and on and on and on from beginningless time to endless time. And in the Puranas, that Lord associated with creation, srishti, is given the name Brahma. And the Lord, very same Lord, the consciousness, the existence principle, the Satchidananda Tattva, when it is associated with sustenance, Vishnu. And the same Lord, in dissolution, in the aspect of governing dissolution, that same principle is called as Shiva. Very interesting. Dissolution means bad, looks like bad, but it is called Shiva. It is auspicious. Because you should not think it is something bad is happening. It is auspicious. Don't we all love to go to sleep? Yes or no? Please don't go to sleep here, okay? Don't we all love to go to sleep?
Yes.
Is it an inauspicious thing? Dissolution? No. The entire cosmos also seeks to rest. Just as how an individual seeks to rest, the entire cosmos seeks to rest, and that is called as laya or pralaya. But do we like to sleep always? Somebody may say, Swamiji, I like to sleep always. No. Haven't you seen people telling, I'm tired of sleeping? Have you seen? Yes. You try sleeping, you get bored. You want to express yourself too. That is Srishti. Srishti, Sthiti, Laya are the three cosmic spokes of the giant wheel of cosmos. Three spokes of the giant wheel of cosmos is Srishti, Sthiti, Laya. The wheel goes on, and that is the beauty of it. We were all born as a small kid. Imagine if we were a kid always, how terrible it is. Isn't it? Then we grow up. There's a beauty about it, right? And then we grow from that youth. Always a youth. It doesn't like nice. There's a maturity required. You become a middle-aged person, capable of many things. And always middle-age, a few white hair when they arrive. That's nice. Is it not? What, Swami? What are you talking? There's a beauty about old age too. Ask others, they will tell you. You may feel, oh, what beauty is there. But others will tell you, what a wonderful person. This person has grown up in life to become so mature and so lovely. Whether it is physical. Have you seen beautiful old people? Yeah, plenty. Every old person is beautiful, in fact, for me. There's a beauty in everything in life. The beauty of the just born leaves. The beauty of the green leaves, large and wide. And the beauty of the leaves growing yellow. And then red. And then brown. And then falling down gently. Is it not beautiful? The whole cosmos is beautiful. Srishti is creation from Prakriti. Laya is dissolving into Prakriti. From Prakriti everything comes, Srishti. Into Prakriti everything goes, Laya. What is the Lord doing? The Lord says, Maya adhyakshena prakritihi suyate sacharacharam. Maya adhyakshena. Adhyakshena, I don't do anything. I just preside over these functions. I preside over. In my presence, all these things happen. I don't do anything. I don't expend any energy. I am just there. All these things happen. The magnet just is, the iron filings configure themselves. Is it not? The sun just comes. All of us hopefully get up. The moon just comes, rises and delights our heart. The moon has no aim to delight our heart. Does the moon think, Oh, these two lovers are there. I shall make their hearts happy. Does the moon think like that and come? And then those two people look at each other and foolishly imagine the other person's face looks like that. Does the moon plan out and do all those things? No. The moon just comes without knowing how much she delights us. The sun just walks over the sky without knowing how much he energizes the world. Unconsciously, without expending any effort. In the same way, I am in my presence, everything happens. And therefore, I am unattached. I seek not anything. Prakriti does everything, but Prakriti cannot do without my presence. So in a way, I am the creator. In a way, I am the sustainer. In a way, I am the cause for dissolution. In a way. But it is not in a way I am doing. Creation, sustenance and dissolution are by my mere being, not by doing. And therefore, I am untouched. And I seek nothing from that. In fact, I am like a udāsīna. Udāsīnavad āsīnam asaktam teshu karmasu. Like a person who is uninterested, uninvolved. Like a person uninterested, uninvolved. Like how that person would just watch something happening in front without being a participant. In the same way, this entire creation happens. The dissolution happens. The cosmic dissolution and the cosmic creation, not small matters. Yet, I remain untouched. Beautiful, isn't it? Thus, the Lord is asanga. This has been established now and explained. Now, the next verse number 11, tells you something about the Lord as the avatara Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Let us read.
ॐ श्री परमात्मने नमः। अथ नवमोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच अवजानन्ति मां मूढाः।
Verse number 11. Start directly. Avajānanti māṃ mūḍhāः
mānuṣīṃ tanumāśritam
mānuṣīṃ tanumāśritam
paraṃ bhāvamajānantah
bhāvamajānantah
mama bhūtamahēśvaram
nama bhūtamahēśvaram
avajānanti māṃ mūḍhāः mānuṣīṃ tanumāśritam paraṃ bhāvamajānantah mama bhūtamahēśvaram.
bhūtamahēśvaram. See the last word. Bhūtamahēśvaram. Bhuta beings. Maheshwaram. Mahantam Ishwaram iti Maheshwaram. For all beings, Bhutanam, the great Lord I am. The great Lord I am? What do you mean by great Lord? One who is the creator, sustainer, and the cause for dissolution. And therefore, the great controller of this entire cosmos I am, bhūtamahēśvaram, that Ishvara I am, Parameshvara I am, that Narayana I am. But then that form is very difficult for people to recognize. I may say my real nature is Asanga. It is Advitiya Brahma. It's a non-dual, pure Satchidananda. This way it can be explained. But there is difficulty in comprehending this. Is it not? You may say, no, Swami, it's easy for me. You may intellectually comprehend, but to actually realize it, in order that I become available for all. One is to say the Lord takes avatara in order to accomplish great things. Yes, that is true. Yada yada dharmasya glānirbhavati bharata abhyutthānam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham paritrāṇāya sadhūnām vināṣāya ca duṣkrutām dharma samsthapanārtāya sambhavāmi yuge yuge. These are large things. In order to nourish dharma and in order to destroy adharma, in order to protect the noble and in order that the wicked are kept in control. The Lord says that He takes avatara. True. But the purpose of avatara is not just that. The purpose of avatara is to enable bhaktas, is to enable people to see that concrete expression of the Lord, that avatara, to see that avatara, be charmed by it, and not just charmed by it, become devoted to the Lord. We see a saintly person, is it not? And in our heart, devotion to the Lord comes. We see Gurudev. We read the literature of Swami Vivekananda. Complete works of a Mahatma like Swami Vivekananda, Sri Ramatirtha. We read. Some lectures we listen to some saints and Mahatmas and we become inspired to walk the path of spiritual realization. Imagine if the Lord Himself were to concretely come, so to say, in flesh and blood. How electrifying would be the presence. Don't you agree? Achopi san avyayatma bhūtānaṃ īśvaropi san prakṛtiṃ swāṃ adhisthāya sambhavāmi atmamayaya. Taking assistance from my prakriti, controlling it, that which is unborn seemingly takes a birth and appears as a Lord. And seeing me in this particular form, Arjuna, Bhagavan Shri Krishna, as a avatara says, seeing me in this form, mānuṣīṃ tanumāśritam, in this human form, cheated by this human form of mine, deceived by this human form of mine, even though I exhibit the enormous powers which are not possible for any human. Small finger of the left hand lift up the entire mountain. Is it not? As a small baby, when carried away by Trinavarta and all of them, kick them. How many things Bhagavan has done? Exhibiting enormous power, cute mischief, which becomes the subject of all beautiful poems. But Somehow, these people, if somewhere the Lord has expressed his sorrow, he says, avajānanti mūḍhā. Mūḍhā, mūrkhāः, deluded. Why deluded? I have taken this form and come for them to help them walk on the higher path, to realize the real nature and become one with me. Yet, even though I have taken this enormous effort to come for all of you, some do not seem to value it. Avajānanti. Avajānanti na jananti. They don't know. Na adriyante. Na adriyante. First, they don't know. I am telling also. The Lord keeps on telling you, you know who I am? You know who I am? People think Lord has got ego. Unnecessarily he is telling about himself. And that is why he told Arjuna, Anasuyave. You will not mistake me even if I tell my glories. Because I am telling my glories not to glorify myself. I am telling my glories in order that you may come and reach me. That's why I am telling you. Avajānanti mūḍhā. They don't know. Not only that, some of them disrespect. And not only that, some of them actually revile me. Not knowing is one thing. Sometimes they know that this is not ordinary person. But then what they think? Some magic probably. Some magician he must be. And some of them, they even know that I am the supreme. But still, they have the temerity. They have the audacity to revile, to criticize. What can I do? Avajānanti mūḍhā. Why? Not knowing my real nature, true nature. And these people, how their lives become. Next verse. Immediately you must start.
mōghāśā mōghakarmāṇah.
mōghāśā mōghakarmāṇah.
mōghajñānā vichētasaḥ.
mōghajñānā vichētasaḥ.
rākṣasīmāsurīṃ chaiva.
rākṣasīmāsurīṃ chaiva.
prakṛtiṃ mōhinīṃ śritāḥ.
prakṛtiṃ mōhinīṃ śritāḥ.
mōghāśā mōghakarmāṇah.
mōghāśā mōghakarmāṇः.
mōghajñānā vichētasaḥ. rākṣasīmāsurīṃ chaiva. prakṛtiṃ mōhinīṃ śritāḥ.
These vichētasaḥ. Do you see the word? mōghāśā mōghakarmāṇah. mōghajñānā vichētasaḥ. Vichētasaḥ, the same word mūḍhā, what was said in the earlier verse. Not having chetas. Vichētasaḥ. Vigata chetasaḥ. Not having chetas means what? Not using the thinking power. Their viveka shakti is gone. These people, depending upon whether, I said three things. Not knowing, number one. Not knowing, that is the first one. Is it not? Second, knowing, but then disrespecting, not giving importance. Na jananti, na adriyante. So, this vichētasaḥ, depending upon their level of foolishness. Not knowing is level 1. Level 2, knowing that there is this is not an ordinary person. Looks like a human being, but far higher than that. they can have an inkling about it, but yet they pay no importance to it. That is the second level. Some people, they know the importance also, but they consciously take a decision to hate God. Hate. God haters. There are people like that also. What happens to the life? The first one, those who have no idea, just take the Lord to be just a human being. Do not give, these are all cock and bull stories. Such people, they cannot walk the higher path because they don't have a higher goal. Mōghāśā. Mōghāśā, asha, desire. Mōghāśā, wasteful desires. What do you mean by wasteful desires? They have desires only for things of this world. How much laddu can you eat? How many laddus can you eat? Batao. Desire only for things of the world is a waste of the power of your desire. Desire is a great accomplisher. Nothing accomplishes except desire, followed by hard work, of course. But desire is the propelling energy of life. If not for desire, would you be here? If not for desire, when the rain is coming, would you be here? It is desire which is the cosmic power in this individual soul. No desire, no life. No desire, no action. No desire, no accomplishment. But the point is, what desire do you have? A good desire, a noble desire, a bad desire, ignoble desire. Desire alone becomes an aim. Aim alone is a goal. Goal alone brings forth action. Action alone accomplishes. The basis is desire. If desire goes wrong, life goes wrong. Mōghāśā, their desires have gone wrong. The very foundation of their life has been rendered futile. Mōghāśā. And naturally, when the desires have gone wrong, what will happen? These people who do not see the glory of Lord, what will happen? Desire only for things of the world. With such desires, their actions also will be selfish. Their actions also will be only for things of this world or the other world, if they believe. But the higher realms of reality are closed for them forever because they don't give value to the higher principle in life. mōghakarmāṇā. Mogha vyartha. Mōghakarmāṇā. Vyartha, no meaning. Earn so much of money and fill one room full of certain things which they open in the evening. What for? What do you get? Party or party? Huh? क्या फर्क पड़ता है? One day this body is to go, is it not? Did you ever think how much I can accomplish with this body? Use the body don't misuse the body. Use the mind, don't misuse the mind. This body and this mind and this human embodiment that each one of us have got is a means for a greater accomplishment. Let us not live like animals and die like worms. Ask yourself, what am I to do? What is the purpose of life? If the purpose of life were just eating and sleeping and breeding, then we could have been born an animal. No animal comes and sits in satsangs and inquires, why was I born? No. No animal takes a conscious call, let me come and sit down and listen to the Bhagavad Gita. No. We have got a human body, we have got a human mind, we have got a thinking power. Ask questions which really matter. Desire for higher things. Mōghajñānā. Even the knowledge they acquire is only a knowledge for filling up the belly. Meaning, their life, even though they are so intelligent, is no better than an animal. Mogha, the whole human embodiment, has gone a waste. Vichētasaḥ. And living this kind of senseless life, am I scolding anybody? I am not scolding any one of you. Okay. Lord is saying certain things to wake us from a slumber. He's knocking at our doors, not in anger, but in grief. I have come for all of you. Why don't you recognize? rākṣasīmāsurīṃ chaiva prakṛtiṃ mōhinīṃ śritāḥ. Depending upon their inner temperament, they take one of these embodiments. Inner temperament. One, mōhinīṃ. Mōhinīṃ, deluded. Deluded, taking themselves to be the body and considering themselves only to be the body. And when one considers oneself to be the body and body alone, then one does not even think what is right and what is wrong. Because what is good for your body, yourself, is all that matters. Destroy countries. 4 million people destroyed, killed in 3 months in gas chambers. Not far ago. Not a Ravana. Why did they do all these things? Deluded. Considering themselves alone important. rākṣasīmāsurīṃ prakṛtiṃ mōhinīṃ śritāḥ. Rakshasi, Asuri, Mohini. 3. Mohini, taking Mohinīṃ. Mohini, deluding. Mohinīṃ, deluding. Mohinīṃ, meaning they are deluded. Number 1. And then, once they are deluded, they follow nothing but the dictates of their mind. When they follow the dictates of their anger, dvesha, they become rakshasi. And when one follows the dictates of desire, then one becomes asuri. Rakshasi is tamasi. Tamasi is that kind of nature, rakshasa nature, wherein you harm others. where you relish giving pain to others. These are all progressive delusions. And Asuri is what? Rakshasa. What is the Rakshasa nature? The Rakshasa nature is pain to others. And what is Asura nature? Asura nature is giving joy to oneself, even not considering whether it is right or wrong. Being deluded, one follows one's mind, not what is right or wrong. And following one's mind is what is indicated by as Rakshasi and Asuri. One is a Rakshasa, one is a Asura. One is a Rakshasa means what? There is no Rakshasa, there is no Asura. We become a Rakshasa and Asura. Whenever you are angry, how do you behave? Sometimes they call us also Rakshasas come to home. Do you use that name, that word to somebody in your home? And why do you call that person Rakshas? Because he behaves like that. Who is the Asura? Asushu indriyeshu ramante iti asuraha. So in Rakshasi Prakriti, these exhibit in our lives. Once we lose touch with our higher self, the higher goal, these manifestations happen in us. You harm others relentlessly, then you are a Rakshasa or a Rakshasi. And when you delight only in worldly sensual pleasures, you are a Asura. All the Rakshasa is in us. All the Asura is in us. When we lose touch with the higher aims and goals of life. But then there is a totally different type of personality into which we all can evolve if we just get connected with the higher purpose of life. That the Lord explains in verses 13 to 14, and he continues further. But let us first read verses 13, 14 and 15 together. All three verses.
mahātmānastu māṃ pārtha
Mahātmānastu māṃ pārtha
daivīṃ prakṛtimāśritāḥ bhajantyananyamanasः jñātvā bhūtādimavyayam satataṃ kīrtayantō māṃ yatantaścha dṛḍhavratāḥ namasyantaścha māṃ bhaktya nityayukta upāsate
Nityayukta upāsate
jnānayajñena chāpyanye
Jnānayajñena chāpyanye
yajanto māṃ upāsate
Yajanto māṃ upāsate
ekatvena pruthaktvēna
Ekatvena pruthaktvēna
bahudha vishvato mukham
Bahudha vishvato mukham
mahātmānastu māṃ pārtha daivīṃ prakṛtimāśritāḥ bhajantyananyamanasः jñātvā bhūtādimavyayam satataṃ kīrtayantō māṃ yatantaścha dṛḍhavratāḥ namasyantaścha māṃ bhaktya nityayukta upāsate jnānayajñena chāpyante yajanto māṃ upāsate ekatvena pruthaktvēna bahudha vishvato mukham.
Contrasting with those Rakshasi, Asuri, Mohini, Prakriti, And therefore, those who behave like rākṣasās and asuras are so only. But then comes another nature. When we align ourselves with the higher goals, mahātmānastu, then one becomes a Mahatma. What is Mahatma? One whose Atma. Here, Atma does not refer to the pure self, one whose Manomaya Atma, Buddhi Atma, Antakarana, one whose mind becomes Mahan. One whose mind becomes Mahan means what? One whose mind becomes pure, noble, great. Mahan Atma Yasya Saha. Compared to what? Compared to those Rakshasi, Asuri and Mohini. Compared to that, when one aligns to the higher aims of life, when one gets a divine aspiration, when one gets a desire for the higher things in life, it doesn't come for all. It will not come for all. But once the mind becomes pure, and once you ask certain questions in life, what kind of questions? Questions like, what am I doing? Why all this? Why am I always controlled by desire? Can't I be free? Who am I? Who is this child which has come through me? What is this world actually? Where from all this have come? When such questions are asked, not just occasionally, sometime it comes in the mind and then it goes away, but when these questions one really gives importance to and gives attention, and then one goes deeper into it and says, I am not happy with just this, whatever I am having. I have wealth, I have name, I have fame, I have glory, I have everything. I have got a good home, a lovely family, every comfort I have, whatever I require I have. But I am not happy. Why? What is happiness? In this way, when that inner inclination awakens in one's heart, and when that has happened, you cannot but become a Mahatma. It is not one Mahatma who becomes a Gandhi. No? Mahatma Gandhi we say. Each one of us become a Mahatma when our mind becomes pure. Such Mahatmas, those people in whom a sense of disenchantment with what life has offered them so far has happened. And it is not that this has to happen when one is old. Not necessary. Such kind of inclinations can even happen in a young age. Adi Shankara Charya was only 8 years old. Bhagavan Buddha was a youth. Arjuna is a middle-aged man now. According to the Mahabharata, Arjuna is middle-aged. At any age it can come. Because it is not a question of age. It's a question of the mind. And mind can awaken any time. We carry also the impressions of our past lives. And it could just sprout at a very, very young age. For Shuka, even when he was born, he had those inclinations. Such Mahatmas, they daivīṃ prakṛtimāśritāḥ. The other Rakshasi means tamasic, asuri rajasic, mohinīṃ, both of them deluding. Whereas such Mahatmas, they take recourse to the daivīṃ prakrti, the divine nature in them. The divine and the undivine both are in our own hearts. It is not that the divine is somewhere and the wicked is somewhere. No, both of us, both of them are in our hearts. There is a very revealing story on this aspect. Akbar wanted to know, is there heaven and hell? So that Akbar to Birbal to ho gaya. So he went to Birbal. Birbal, is there heaven and hell? Said, I will not tell you the answer, but I will take you to somebody who will give you the answer. Come. So Birbal took Akbar and they went to one Mahatma, and as usual the Mahatma was meditating, and Birbal requested the Mahatma, kindly open your eyes. The king has come for your darshan. He has got some doubts to ask. The king opened, and the Mahatma opened his eyes and said, yes, what is that? King, please ask. He will definitely answer this question. Is there heaven and hell? The Mahatma looked. Is there heaven and hell, Mahatma? Can you hear? The king was getting irritated. Can't you hear? Tell me slowly, carefully, loudly, with devotion. Is there heaven and hell? You have got any brain? Telling you have any brain? What do you mean by that? You know who I am? Who are you? I am Akbar the Badshah. How does it matter? You have no head, you are brainless, you are a fool. All kinds of expletives the Mahatma was giving. Akbar got angry. What kind of person is you? Mahatma took his sword and was about to slice his head. And the Mahatma smiled and he said, now you are in hell. Immediately Akbar understood the wisdom. This frame of mind is hell. That anger, that irritation, that viciousness which emanates from us, overpowering us, this is hell. The moment Akbar understood, his face opened into a blossoming smile. And he put his sword inside. And with great joy and pleasure and devotion and gratitude, he prostrated to the Mahatma. The Mahatma said, now you are in heaven. Heaven and hell we make for ourselves. Is your home a heaven or hell? It depends on the day, Swami. No, it depends on your minds. Heaven is in our heart, hell is also in our heart. Goodness is in our heart, wickedness is also in our heart. Nobility is in our heart, ignobility also is our heart. It depends what you give importance to. Having no higher aims, having no greater goals, having no divine inclinations, we give importance to the wickedness. Then one becomes a Rakshasa and a Asura, being deluded Mohinīṃ. But When once that purity of mind comes, Viveka Shakti awakens, and disenchantment to the petty, paltry joys which this small world can give us comes, then one becomes a Mahatma and takes recourse to the divine nature in oneself. Daivīṃ prakṛtimāśritāḥ. And such people, depending again upon their temperament, there are two temperaments in us. The temperament which follows the heart and the temperament which follows the head. It is not that men have got head and women have got heart. No. Both of us have got head and heart. But yet, there is a nature. Some are led by logic and some are led by the beauty of emotions. Led by the beauty of emotions, one walks the path or one glides in the space of devotion. Led by the razor sharp logic and intelligence, one is led in the path of knowledge. Both are valid, both are feasible, and different people choose different paths, which are all perfect. You can love, you can understand. For some, through love they understand, for some, through understanding they love. Is it not? How are you? Do you understand with love or do you understand with love or do you love with understanding? What do you give importance to? What leads you? It depends. Whatever it be, daivī prakriti, it is a nobility. Daivīṃ prakṛtimāśritāḥ, these people, jñātvā avyayam bhūtādimavyayam, knowing my imperishable avyayam nature, which is the source of the entire cosmos, bhūtādimavyayam, they could be the ones who follow the path of devotion, bhajanti. Bhūtādimavyayam jñātvā bhajanti. They worship. They follow the path of the heart. One type of bhaktas. You can be this if you want to. Knowledge is there. Knowing the Lord, the nature of the Lord. Which nature of the Lord? Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavyaktamurtina matstani sarva bhūtāni nachaham teshvavastitaḥ nacha matstani bhūtāni pashyame yogamaishva. Knowing that. 4 lines you remember? Knowing that, the hearts turn towards the Lord. Bhajanti. Their hearts melt just thinking about the glory of the Lord. That is one. Others, they become ananyamanasaḥ. Ananyamanasaḥ, their mind, they cultivate that ananyata. Ananyata, that oneness with the Lord. In the path of knowledge. That is also devotion. But it is a different type. Both of them are bhaktas. Whether you worship the Lord with your heart and taste Him, enjoy Him, worship Him, love Him, that is one type. Another type is what? I feel the oneness with the Lord. I am not the body, I am not the mind. That inner consciousness which is there, that true self of me is but the Lord. Ananya, na anya iti ananya. Which is explained in the Upanishads by such statements as Aham Brahmasmi, I am the Supreme. Tattvamasi, that thou art, that Lord you are. It has to be that way. Why? Because if Lord is everywhere, you are the Lord also. Lord is everywhere. So where are you? Lord is everywhere. Where are you? I am not. It is not possible. If Lord is everywhere, Lord is in and through you. Where can you be but for the Lord? That pure existence, if it were not there, would you be there? In the core of your personality, don't you feel an amness, an existence? That is the Lord alone. Ananyamanasa. So one is the prema bhakti, another is the jnana bhakti. Both of them are devotion to the Lord. And there are few lucky people who enjoy both. Few people are there who enjoy both. Our Gurudev was like that. Nirgune nischala nishtha sagune sarasaratihi sangamo madurasyayam. He had that sangama of what? In that nirguna, the supreme reality, nischala nishtha, a firm abidance in that pure nature of the self. At the same time, in the form of the Lord too, he had immense love. Sagune sarasaratihi. Some people are blessed with that. Some people are head-oriented, some people are heart-oriented, some people are balanced. Right? So, one is a prema bhakti, another is a jnana bhakti. And how do these prema bhaktis, bhaktas, how do they worship the Lord? That is the next word. Satataṃ kīrtayantō māṃ yatantaścha dṛḍhavratāḥ, 14th verse. Namasyantaścha māṃ bhaktya nityayukta upāsate. How? Bhaktya, important word, with devotion. Underline that word, with devotion. Why I say underline this word? Whatever practices you do, if the devotion is not there, it cannot be bhakti. It is not like those purohits and pandits who come to your home and do puja. Om ganam dva ganapatiṃ humāmaya kavim ganam śritāḥ brahmanam. They are looking how much ghee you are giving. And he is going to use only little ghee so that rest he can take home. Not this. Bhaktya. That should be there. Ritual become meaningless if devotion is not there. Prayers lose their life if devotion is not there. Bhaktya. How bhaktya? Nityayukta upāsate. Nityayukta, ever united. Ever united means what? Without a break in their thought. The form of the Lord overpowers them. They can think of nothing but the Lord. Continuously their mind flows like a taila dhara. Taila dhara, the flow of an oil, how it is without any break. How it flows. because of its viscosity, how it just flows. Have you, I'm sure all of you, oil when you pour, how does it flow? It just flows how? Uniformly without a break, is it not? In the same way, their hearts without a break are united with the Lord. Nitya Yukta. But one cannot be always Nitya Yukta. One has to wake up. Is it not? Occasionally one can go into heights of one-pointed thought of the Lord. When one wakes up, kīrtayantaḥ, namasyantaḥ. Namasyantaḥ, they offer the salutations, meaning they offer the physical worship. Pujādishu anurāgah. They revel in the puja of the Lord. They close their eyes. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Just think of the goddess, the mother. And then when they wake up from that, namasyantaḥ, offering the worship, physical worship. Manasika dhyana, kāyika puja, namasyantaḥ. Nitya Yukta is manasika. We have three instruments: mind, body, speech. Three karana, three instruments. So with the instruments of their mind, they merge with Him. And when they wake up from that deep contemplation, they namasyantaḥ. Mam namasyantaḥ. Me, the Lord, they worship, puja. And then when they become physically strained, it happens. Puja also, you become strained. Then what do? Kīrtayantāh satataṃ. They do the kirtana, which is vāchika. The japa of the Lord, the bhajana of the Lord. And if they know how to play instruments, they take the instrument, the harmonium, then they revel in the Lord. Or a tabla, or an instrument, whatever instrument, a veena. Or if they can't do the kirtana, they listen to the bhajan. And they lose themselves in the devotion to the Lord. But whatever it may be, yatantaścha dṛḍhavratāḥ, they strive with a deep conviction. Dṛḍha means which does not waver. Vrata means a decision. Vrata means a vow. Vowing themselves to the Lord, they vow the Lord. What? V-O-W. Vowing themselves to the Lord, they vow the Lord. W-O-W. Such are those prema bhaktas. Right? And the other, the jnana bhaktas. How do they? Next verse, we had seen jnana yajna. Shall we read that verse?
Jnana-yajnena chāpyanye
Jnana-yajnena chāpyanye
yajanto māmupāsate
to māmupaṣate
ekattvena prithaktvena
ekatvena prithaktvena
bahudha vishvato mukham jnānayajñena chāpyanye yajanto māmupaṣate ekattvena prithaktvena bahudha vishvato mukham.
These, through these, one we saw was the prema bhaktas. Now the jnana bhaktas. How these jnana bhaktas? Jnana yajnena. Their worship is of knowledge. Yajna is worship. Their worship is the highest knowledge. Jnana yajnena. It is not dravya yajna. Yajna means worship, is it not? Nowadays when we think of yajna, we think of fire. That is one type of worship. That is dravya yajna. There is a havana kunda. In the havana kunda there is a fire. And in the fire you take the samagri, the havis, and then you drop it. Is it not? Om bhurbhuvasvaha tatsaviturvarenyam bhargo devasya dhimahi dhiyo yonah prachodayat swaha idannamama. Ganapati Havan. Om Gananāṃ Tvā Ganapatigum Havāmahe Kavim Kavīnām Upamashravastamam Jyeshtarājam Brahmanām Brahmanaspata Ānashruṇvannoti Bisidhasadanam. Om Shri Mahāganapataye Swaha Idannamama. Dravya Yajna. Yajna, worship. Worship through dravya. Therefore it is called as Dravya Yajna. Whereas these devotees through jnana yajna. Jnana becomes a means of worship. Jnana yajna. Anye, the others. Others compared to those who went through the route of prema bhakti through their heart, these bhaktas go through their understanding. How do they worship? Yatantaścha, they also put effort. Like how the other also they put effort. Yatantaścha dṛḍhavratāḥ was said there, is it not? Here, yajantaścha, they also put their worship. They also put their effort. How? In three possible ways. Ekatvena, prithaktvena, vishvato mukham. Any way you decide. Ekatvena, prithaktvena, vishvato mukham. Three times. What is ekatvena? Ekatvena is the absolute oneness. The Lord whom I am worshipping is none but me. Ekatvena. Atma tvam girijamati sahachara prana shariram griham pujate vishayopabhoga rachana nidra samadhistiti. Atma tvam. O Lord, you are myself. I am no different from you. Where is I? Where is you? There is only you. Ekatvena. Dissolving their individualities in the highest, they merge themselves in the highest practice of meditation. This is called nididhyasana in Vedanta. That is also devotion. Or prithaktvena. Eka is oneness. Prithakva is different. Different? Even when they go, even when they keep in front of them the Lord, and they seem to be worshipping the Lord, prithakva. Is it not? There's an idol of the goddess in front. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa is worshipping. idol in front. And then as the puja is going on, instead of putting the flower on the goddess, he puts the flower on him. Other people got shocked. What is this? Madman? Prataktuvena. A kind of difference is there in front. Pratak, there is difference. Even though there is a form of the Lord, the figure of the worship, but then the devotion has progressed in such a way that one feels the identity, even though the Lord is seemingly different. So it is not that, oh, he's a jnani. He's a jnani. How can he go to the temple and worship? No. Who told you all this kind of rubbish? Prataktuvena. Sometimes you listen, you know, most of you are parents only here. If you are a child, sometime you listen to your parents. Whatever they say, your mother says, you listen and do as the mother tells you. Some other time you go and hug the mother. That is also love, is it not? And you know you are nothing but your mother and father. That is also devotion, is it not? Prataktuvena. Worshipping as though different. Ekatvena, prataktuvena, and the next one, bahudha vishvato mukham. Vishvato mukham. Vishva is many, varied, multiple. Mukham is facets, the face or the facets. Vishvato mukham, the entire variety that is in front, they see it as but the Lord. By knowledge. Choose any method. What all methods? In Prema Bhakti, what was the first one? Ananya, isn't it? That was one, right? No, Nitya Yukta, one. And when it is difficult to be Nitya Yukta, ever thinking of the Lord, do your worship, puja you do. And when you become tired and it becomes difficult to do puja, do kirtana. Whatever way, be in touch with the highest. Prema Bhakti. And if you want to go through Jnana Bhakti, worship Him as but you. What is more closer to you than you? That you see as Him. Right? Or the very Lord whom you worship, Lord Shiva whom you are worshipping, Shivoham. Oh Shiva, you are me. Is that not love? We all love ourselves the most. And telling the Lord, you are me, is to love the Lord the most. Prataktuvena. Or look at the world outside. Every human being, every creature, every plant, every bird, every rock and every particle of sand in that sea is glorious dance. And revel in Him. Thus, the Mahatmas, taking recourse to the divine Prakriti, worship the Lord. Okay? Now this bahudha, manifold, Vishvato Mukham. Vishvato Mukham, the variety, the various facets, which is manifold, bahudha. The manifold various facets they see as the Lord. So Bhagavan is guiding us how to move forward in the path of devotion. Okay. Tomorrow we continue. He further explains this Bahudha Vishvato Mukham in the next few verses. Continuing the topic of Mahatma only. Thank God, Duratma he finished in one verses. And now we can enjoy and relish the Mahatmas, so that we can become that. Duratma is pointed out because we should not become that. Rakshasi, Asuri, anybody wants to become a Rakshasa here? I know you are all one. Hiding Rakshasas and camouflaged Asuras. Please raise your hands. Let's throw out them and let us bring the divinity in us into manifestation. Okay? We conclude. Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.